F355 challenge.
I don't know about all you game room fans out there, or video game fans, but personally, when I get tired of driving one of my 3 or 4 Ferraris, I lose count. And they're really quite a hassle. You gotta get them out of the garage, you gotta keep them clean, keep them fueled up. There's no cup holders, so I don't know where to keep my 40 in the damn thing. When I get tired of that, I just grab Ferrari F355 Racing, and it's pretty comparable.
What a crock of shit. You can barely afford to fix his neon. The only thing you can't do is, once again, you can't pimp out an El Camino.
No, nor can you pimp out your Ferrari, because I think that putting a bunch of rice rocket type devices like oversized wings, really cheesy like Kmart or Target wheels,
that'd be pretty good.
Really bad covers, maybe a kind of a cow print seat cover or something. Anything to make my $150,000 Ferrari
a chrome chain wheel
look like it's worth $2,000. Yeah.
That'd be good.
Maybe neon underneath it so I could hang out with all my high school friends.
That'd be sweet. Now, we were just playing this game in the arcade last night. We do have to say it's when you're actually playing fully manual in the simulation mode, it's like driving a real car, but it's a hell of a lot harder.
That, and you can have a full beer in your left hand.
That is true. Only if you're Dave & Buster's, though.
Yes. Now, the Dreamcast conversion of this game from the arcade is fantastic. If you love driving games, I mean, it's not. You have to understand the difference between this and Gran Turismo or Sega GT. Oh, by the way, right here is the optional, or is the hidden password feature.
And this game just earned mad points because you get the Atlanta track if you put in Days of Thunder.
Like you're watching right now. You get
Oh, it's great.
You get 5 new tracks, which are all good. You even get Laguna Seca, which is a track that's on Gran Turismo 2. So if you're a big fan of Gran Turismo 2, all of a sudden you can pick this game up, and it's much more realistic. It's just fantastic. The difference between this and your Sega GT or Gran Turismo is that you don't have a wealth of cars or modifications, and you can't buy things. You simply have your Ferrari. That's about it.
Yeah, you can, but you do.
It's all
get
about
very
driving.
accustomed to your car because you can make a whole bunch of modifications like ride height, your stabilizers, springs,
your wing.
But
for the most part, it's just that one car.
Yeah,
and the whole thing.
You only get that car. You only get the Ferrari.
There's my car. I had the black one, Logan 5.
My car was yellow. It was called the Bastardo. I mean, I figure, we're driving an Italian car. I'll name it after the annoying Italian guy in Italy.
Bastardo!
Titanic, that movie. Bastardo!
Is that the one that had the smokestack fall on him?
Yeah, I think so.
He deserved it.
Yeah.
He was
Bastardo!
So I'm in car 40, Dave's in 69, because we have no maturity whatsoever, so we had to number our cars like that.
Yeah.
But it's just absolutely fantastic. This is the Ferrari test track, actually.
Which is like impossible.
One of the hidden tracks, and you're driving around, and I'm imagining that's actually the Ferrari buildings you're looking at in the background and stuff.
Factories. Now, this game in the arcade version only has 3 or 6 tracks? 6 tracks.
6 tracks.
But this version actually has 11.
6 plus 5 equals 13. Wait.
Yes. And the hidden tracks, they're not just thrown in there for whatever.
They're actually full.
They're actually really, really good, full, well-done tracks.
You can look way off in the distance. You get a complete sense that you're there.
Oh, this game never slows down. There's no graphical flaws in this game whatsoever.
No lag, no graphic flaws.
Even in the 2-player mode.
If I had...
This is my favorite driving game I think I've ever played in my entire life.
This is definitely up there. It's every bit as good, if not better, than any of your Sega GT or Gran Turismo types.
And
it's totally different.
Even if you only get one car.
I like this. I usually hate first-person driving like this, except they kind of put the camera up over the hood a little bit and
you
have
can
the
see
steering
the
wheel.
hands. So I think seeing the hands really helps.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm strapped to the bumper. I can't stand that feeling that you're actually driving from underneath the car, which most racing games give you in the first-person view. But this just works completely. You're always aware of what's going on around you, and it's hard as hell.
Yes.
This is not an easy game.
Yeah, if you're into arcade racers like the Rush games or something like Need for Speed, don't even bother picking this game up because unless you really want to learn how to drive a Ferrari. Yeah, this game is pretty goddamn realistic.
I wouldn't say it's frustrating. It's actually very fun to learn.
Oh, yeah.
But you're not going to be number one anytime soon. It's going to take you a while. It's going to take you a couple days, weeks just to get into it. And it's worth it. It's worth every penny.
Now, this is me racing against Mark when I sucked. But I like to say that last night when we played it in the arcade, I beat him.
I was like 2 car lengths behind you because I came around a corner and slid into the grass.
He tried to school me into the grass, and it just didn't work.
Yeah,
it's too nice.
Dave's a bitch. I just wanted to bring up this comment here. On the eve of PlayStation 2, everyone's all, PlayStation 2, Xbox, Nintendo, yay. Well,
good luck getting one.
If it was my money right now, I would honestly just, don't buy a PlayStation 2 now. Go buy a Dreamcast, $149. Buy this game. Go buy something like Marvel vs. Capcom, Sega GT. You're gonna get so much value out of a Dreamcast right now with this new crop of games that just came out for the fall. The game does add the realistic sense that you're not able to actually approach that turn at 200 miles an hour. Just turn your car sideways and bounce off the wall.
Yeah, it's not like Ridge Racer.
It doesn't work that way in this game. If you hit a wall, it will slow you down dramatically.
It doesn't have the realistic effect of dying.
Really, the only possible thing I could think of to make this game just a little bit better, just a little bit more towards perfect than it already is instead of using the Ferrari 355, which it's a budget-minded sports car, you see them everywhere, is to use the Subaru Brat. That way you'd have Subaru Brat Racing. Huh? Yeah, it's like, you have one track, which is to the convenience store, one track to the junkyard, to your mom's house.
Ferrari F355 Challenge, in case you don't know, is a translation from a arcade game, which is probably like one of the most amazing arcade racing games you've ever seen in your entire life. It's got 3 screens, one for in front of you and 2 for the side, so you can sort of like look around, see the cars and the tracks.
Unfortunately, the Dreamcast version does not have the multiple TV peripherals, so you can have the screens on your side. I imagine that's rather pricey.
But it does have a little widescreen. Like you can go to the options and switch it to widescreen, so it's a little bit wider of a picture, but the cars wind up looking funky. Yeah.
Then you can ram them off in the road and hopefully kill them. Also, the arcade version had those handy little speakers behind you, blaring out the 1986 heavy metal music. The soundtrack is just awesome. Where did you find the people to make the music for this soundtrack? I'm pretty sure it was the ex-members of Dokken. This is the only group they could get, the only gig they could get. They saw an ad in the paper. Oh man, let's do a Dreamcast game. Oh yeah!
Just really bad. It's fucking terrible.